Let's take a look at the next and last progression of our Flutterfly series with a left arm only. So in our previous progressions of this drill, we were wearing a few pieces of equipment. We were doing this with full blades, a snorkel, and also with fins. If you haven't seen those, we really would suggest checking out some of the earlier versions of this drill because it has a terms of and kind of progression. Now, one of the biggest challenges that athletes will have with the butterfly is they're really making sure that the breath is going to connect with the just overall timing of the stroke and how the body moves. So we like this drill because it's really, really simple. It's just going to focus here on the left arm. And let's go over some of those key points. So first thing here we're going to do is just take a look at the kick. The kick is going to be done with a flutter kick. And what we want to see is that the feet are pointing. Beautiful job right there. And then same thing right here. Now, because we're not doing a dolphin kick, we should absolutely still be emphasizing everything that we've been working up to this point with the flutter kick. Again, if you haven't seen some of those, we really would suggest checking out some of our backstroke and freestyle body positioning drill kicks, but we'll go over some of those key things now. Now, we like to see what we call a natural bend in the knee. It's really important to help kind of find that balance of speed and power before the kick. So what do we not want to do? We don't want to see the legs just kind of stay straight. In our experiences, what we have found with this is when athletes are kicking, the legs tend to burn out and they can only go at that speed with that amount of power for just a short duration. Now here, if we have the legs anywhere approaching this or really anywhere out of the water, if we were kicking like this, we would just be kicking air. We want to make sure that we're keeping the feet very, very, very close here to the surface. So if your athletes are lowering their legs and we have something done like this, wow, they're going to be able to make great contact up in here with at the surface level, but it's going to kind of feel like the wheels are spinning, but we're not really getting any traction. So now that we have that knowledge, what do we want? Our emphasis and one of the cues that we give to the athletes here as the foot is up, what we want to be able to do is have a good downward kick. So what the cue that we like to give the athletes is think about that there's a ball under you, and that's going to either be like a football, kickball, or a soccer ball, and you have to really bring that foot down, and that foot has to go down with some power and also has to go in front of you, so like you're going to actually be making contact with the ball. So the body's going to end up being, the foot will end up being here under the body, and then that'll return up. We'll get a good view of this when we go to our takeoff view from the front. Then what we're going to do is just take a look at the other aspects of this drill. Non-stroking arm here is going to stay up in the front. The hand here is going to come out. The range that we like to kind of give is either at the top of the suit or kind of where the suit is cut on the body. That's typically kind of the range we want to see those hands kind of come out to. Anything earlier, you're not going to set up yourself for a good forward landing. Anything really, really longer, just it's going to make the timing of the stroke just a little wonky. Here, as the hand is coming out, what we see is the hand, the palm here facing backwards. Perfect. That's what we really want to see. When the body makes a T with the arm here, what we then want to see is the hand shift from going this way to then now starting to go down. So that way we can have a relaxed hand entry right here. The hand should enter in front of the shoulder. This is a spot that we really like to see the hands be for the for the advanced age group and senior level athletes. For our developmental athletes and younger age group athletes, what we kind of like to see is right here, being right outside the shoulder. So right there would be what kind of we would suggest. And then as they are able to get better connection, better timing, more experience with the stroke, then we can start drawing in. Another thing here that we'd like to emphasize is check out the height of the hand. When we do these single arm drills, we really like doing it with the head going forward, so that way the arm here is just nice and low as it's going to go over the surface, that's going to mimic the butterfly stroke and where we want everything to be. Now on that landing, what we want to see is push the hands and shoulders forward while also getting yourself to get that chest to be that deepest point. If we're feeling that, then what we should see here is the hips rising up a little bit. And this will be obviously felt a lot more when we're doing the actual butterfly kick rather than flutter kick. And then keep this nice strong flutter kick here behind us. In this drill, I could probably recommend doing here a moderate level flutter kick. What we like to see here is just that the feet are staying up at that surface, causing some turbulence. We like to call this white water, boiling water, or thunder kick. Again, it all really means the same thing. And then we just kind of keep doing it again. Now, here's a big thing to be able to connect with this drill, and actually a really great thing to work on. We want to really work on the timing of that breath. So see here as that hand's passing the shoulder and where we're taking the breath. Now here, relatively okay, a little higher than what we like to kind of see our athletes be, but still I would say within a good position to be with the body. So see here where that chin is in that body positioning, very low. And then as that arm is starting to come out, what we see, the head is starting to do its return back in. Now on that landing, we kind of see here the water is starting to go a little bit forward like this. If we kind of see that there's an X created when we're doing our landing position, that would be a sign that the hands and the body and the head are just kind of all coming down at once, causing that crash. We want to see a crash, absolutely, but the more we can kind of see that water streaming forward like this, kind of like it's a flat rainbow, that's exactly what we want to see. And then we just keep repeating those items. So we go to our takeoff view. So here, so check out the kick. So here, actually, our athlete is coming down to about right there, which is kind of perfect, right deep under the body, returning then those feet to get up at the surface. And then what do we see? Just a lot of turbulence here. It's really hard to be able to tell more what they're doing, but we can kind of see from that takeoff view that we're doing what we're supposed to. On our return view here, what we're going to see is just looking for those same things. Arm nice and low to the surface, kind of see that right here. And then that hand, remember as it's coming out, that palm here is facing behind us. We want that long wingspan right here. As we start to cross the T, what does the hand do? It goes from here to now starting to go downward. That entry point is right here on top of the shoulder. Perfect. Then we want to make sure we're sliding forward while also pressing that chest down. Keeping that nice strong flutter kick here behind us. That foot is a little high. And then look at the breath. So remember, we want to kind of keep that chest hidden in the water, that chin riding right along the surface. Get that head down as the arm is starting to come over. And just keep repeating those items. Perfect. Let's go underwater and we'll take a look at our catch. So here, not bad from our athlete. What we want to be able to do is kind of think about drawing a straight line from the shoulder down. And then here, we would like to kind of see that hand be right across the shoulder, or under the shoulder, not across, but more downward. What we'll be able to do then is formulate this power triangle motion. This is what we really want to see out of our athletes when they're performing this drill. So that way we have that best combination of speed and power. Here, we can bring down that elbow, bring down that arm, so that we make more of this shape right here. The more that we can kind of do that, that's going to really help our athletes promote really good movement as we are then kind of traveling through the water. Overall here, if you found some great value out of this, be sure to drop a like and consider subscribing. It really helps out the channel, and we've got a lot of great content on our channel.